showing their offense in round one.
Hey, buddy.
How are you feeling? You feeling good? Feeling good? Oh, you did real good. Real good. Now breathe deeply now. You're working the jab real well. Very good. Just like you're working it. Very nice. And then he's set for the uppercut. Use your combination. Just like that. You see? He's tired already. He's opening his mouth. Come on. Relax. Relax. Bend your waist. When you have him, fake him. Ready? That's it. Relax. There's 12 rounds.
In both corners, our interpreter is Jerry Olaya. They're speaking Spanish in both corners, and incidentally, terrific job by Ernie Kalua interpreting in Sar Amansat's corner in the last fight. Even though there was a dialect difference that might have made it a little bit different for Ernie, we certainly couldn't tell and knew well what was going on in the corner. CompuBox numbers in the first round here: Larios 15 out of 62, Linares 30 out of 93, including 14 connected punches in the last minute of the round by Jorge Linares. And as you said, Emmanuel Stewart, shorter, tighter, more accurate punches.
Yeah, but Linares is showing a lot of good skills. Pinpoint, left hooks, left uppercuts, jabs. But, you know, Larios is putting pressure on it. If he can continue to hold Larios off by doing that and stand up to the pressure, he has a good chance of winning, but Larios is going to put him to the test tonight.
The difference, it would seem to me, might be the jab. Linares is committed to his jab, has a good one. Larios lets his left hand wander as he tries to set up to throw those looping right-hand shots. Good series of punches by Linares here, and Larios gets in a mammoth shot to the body, but Linares landed more than a half dozen good shots.
Yep, and Larios is running right back at him, no right away, making him work still.
Linares is just a pretty fighter so far. I know it's really early, Jim, and you mentioned the kind of pinpoint combinations he's throwing. We saw Michael Katsidis in the previous fight, the birth of a special kind of action fighter. Let's see how Linares stands up to Larios' pressure in the ensuing rounds, because he looks kind of special
far,
here.
Linares looks great to me.
He looks special. He also, in a very different way than Katsidis, but a real pretty boxer.
Yeah, poise and boxing skill. Because Larios is trying to create both mental and physical pressure. Bouncing in, throwing looping shots, doubling and tripling up on his shots. And Linares seems utterly unruffled by all this as he sticks to his plan and boxes. Good shot to the body by Larios. Linares steps away to his right and immediately plants his feet and fires a perfect 1-2. Linares uses an uppercut to momentarily back Larios off. A four-punch combination that begins to the body and moves upstairs.
Sugar Ray Linares, huh?
Hey, he's a good, nice boxer. I can see why Kenny, and by the way, Kenny Adams was a coach on the 88 Olympic team. I made a mistake in 92.
That was a terrible mistake, Emmanuel.
Yeah, big mistake. But I should have said Olympic coach, ex-Olympic coach.
He was on the that great team in Seoul, Korea that included Roy Jones, Ray Mercer, a lot of good fighters.
Who was representing Canada at the time.
Well, Riddick Bowe was the super heavyweight for the USA.
Yes.
Oscar Larios absolutely determined to keep the pressure on Jorge Linares. Linares not varying from his envelope so far. Let's listen to Robert Byrd's referee's instructions to Winky Wright.
If you score a knockdown, do not, and I'll repeat, do not hit that man when he's down. That could cost you points, it could cost you DQ. If you're up against the ropes and you're comfortable there, it's okay with me. But you have a responsibility to me to show me that you're willing and capable of defending yourself. If you can do that, I'm going to let you fight. If you can't do that, I'm going to protect you.
Okay.
When the bell sounds, round is over. Okay? For Chief Second, you're going to be Chief Second. Chief Second, you're responsible for your corner and the conduct of all the people in their corner. Do you have two mouthpieces?
Yes.
Okay. In the event that they're fighting, the mouthpiece comes out, I want you to have that second mouthpiece already washed off and ready to go. I'm going to bring him over. I'm going to call time, bring him over, slip it in, no instructions, no coaching, no nothing. Okay?
Good referee, probably his biggest assignment so far. They've worked very hard here in Nevada the last few years to develop a battalion of good referees who can handle the large number of big fights that take place here, and therefore referees like Bird and Tony Weeks and Vic Drakulich, who's in the ring right now, are becoming more prominent because we're seeing them in big fight assignments. Punches through round 2. Larios 27 out of 129. Linares 56 out of 190. Linares with a 26-12 connect advantage in the second round, and he's been accurate both upstairs and downstairs, mixes the left hook in beautifully.
I think both guys are fighting a good fight. Linares naturally is very impressive, very flashy, but Larios, I'm having so much a problem with these Linares and
doing great. You can call them Oscar and Jorge if you want.
But he's doing what he has to do, Larios, meaning he knows that he can't compete with Linares in terms of skills and speed, but he's making up for it by applying tremendous pressure, hoping to pay dividends later on in the last half of the fight if it goes that long.
Remember, Jorge Linares is 23-0 with 14 knockouts. 18 of the 23 professional fights have taken place in Japan, obviously against opponents that we haven't seen and don't know much about. So there's something of an education process going on for almost everyone at ringside now as you look at the young prospect who is only 21 years old.
But Larios is getting closer and closer as it goes on. It seems like he's starting to have effect on wearing out Linares at this stage.
You know, Linares just threw a fast combination, but it wasn't a shoe shine. He was actually throwing punches, and that he's putting the punches together beautifully. Yes. They're coming in accurately, hard, and fast.
But Larios is making it more of a brawl. He's getting closer and closer and closer to the gap right now.
As he said,
Linares, to a certain degree, is participating in the brawl as his punches are getting a little bit wider and loopier as he hangs his arms out to the side to try to land to Larios' body.
And Larios' defense is much improved. He's avoiding a lot of punches that he got hit with the first 2 rounds.
Hey, listen, he went the distance against Manny Pacquiao coming up in weight. So obviously he knows how to protect himself at times in there.
If I was in Linares' corner, even though my fight would be, I would be very, very worried about the later rounds going down into the stretch.
Good body shot by Larios on the left kidney of Linares. Linares increasingly looking as though he's finding space.
And avoiding a lot of punches that he was getting hit with. That's another. His defense has improved a lot.
Larios digging 2 hard left hands to the body there.
Sure did.
Body punching becoming more of a factor with each passing round. And now you begin to see what Oscar Larios had in mind when he said to us yesterday that he might not make his imprint in the first 4 rounds, but would get there.
Breathe deeply. Relax, be relaxed. How are you feeling? Good? Good. Listen, when he throws down, cover yourself and put the uppercut. Block with the left and work with the right. To the body and up top. But be faster now. Come on, be faster. You're right, Chololo. When you move in, bend your waist. Remember, bend your waist and move in.
When you're 30 years old with 65 professional fights, you pretty much know what's coming between rounds from your trainer. Oscar Larios looked very calm there. Power punches through round 3. Larios 36 of 141. Linares has also thrown 141, landing a little more accurately with 49 connects so far. Harold, how do you have it through it?
Okay, Jim. 2 rounds to 1. 29-28. Jorge Larios. Jim, I got to tell you something. Jorge Linares does something that I haven't seen in a long time. It's a very subtle move when you really got to look for it. What he does is he sticks that left hand out like he does there, opens up the glove, and pushes Larios off. It's something that Oscar De La Hoya used to do when he was with Jose Rivera, the professor. There he goes, right there. Sticks the left hand out, shoves Larios off. You can't do it. You can't open a glove. He gets away with it, and Drakulich hasn't seen it. 2-1, Linares.
it appears to me that Linares is actually still boxing well, and in fact boxed well last round. But Larios' non-stop forward motion.
The momentum to me still is going with Larios, even though Linares is winning. My momentum, I see is with Larios.
And he's forcing Linares to continually move.
He's making him work. Larios is not maybe landing clean punches, and he's looping shots, but still I think they're going to be very effective going in the late rounds. And Linares is going to have a rough time holding on to win a decision, probably.
I'm still impressed with the composure of Linares, though.
He's a
Despite
fantastic
everything
fighter.
Larios throws at him, he looks as though this is Wednesday afternoon sparring.
No, he's a very impressive fighter.
Right.
Everything beautiful.
While Larios is coming on and there's a momentum shift in the last round, I'm not sure it was enough to win the round for Larios. I see a lot of things that Linares continues to do very well.
I think Linares still should be winning the fight because he's landing the clean, effective blows. It's just that it's going to, be a little tough going down the stretch, but he's still winning the fight, as far as I'm concerned.